wonderful thing. Being a parent, we have a lot of different experiences and we have a lot of different hats that we wear. Because being a parent is one of the greatest gifts in life that we have. And I love being a parent and I love being a grandparent. But one thing I can share with you here today is the guilt-free step. Being a parent doesn't mean we don't have guilt. We can feel guilty for not spending enough time with our kids. We can feel guilty for not getting our job done. We can feel guilty for things that we've let slide on the side, maybe housework or whatever it is we're doing. Being a parent is a job that wears many hats. And being a parent can also give us guilt if we don't have enough time to do everything we need to do. So in this juggling act that we usually call work and home, I always called it a juggling act because when my kids were, having to be at home with them, or when I had to go to the job, and they, we have small kids, and then they get older, and then you have middle aged, and then you have teens, and then, different phases of family life. So, home and work is always a balancing act. What do you want to do to balance your time? How do you balance your time without feeling guilty for neglecting the family, the home, the work, the job? How do you do that? How do you balance that? Let me give you some tips right here that will make it easier for you should you choose to use them. So, home and work. When you can run home and work on a pattern that synchronizes with each other. For example, you don't have to have roadblocks every time you turn around in your daily activities and the things that you're doing. A lot of times we'll find that we put up roadblocks ourselves and not getting something done, or maybe just not doing it as good as we wanted to. So we often create guilt by not spending enough time with the kids. That is the biggest thing that was always a hindrance is how do I get more time to spend with my kids and create my business and grow my income? How do I do all these things in one day plus run a household? So let's start with the strategy to balance your time to get the most out of it. When you get the most out of your time, which is yours, then you're going to find your family and your home and everything will run more synchronized together. So one strategy I like to do and one thing I like to think about is when you have infant age children, things are a little bit differently because they solely depend on you, 100% for every single little thing. When they get to be about 2 years old or so, you have a little bit more leeway, a little bit more freedom. A year and a half is good too. 2 years old is really good. So if you have kids in that age bracket, 2 years old and up, then this will be a great strategy for you. If you have children in a younger age, like from 1 day old to up till 2 years old, there's different strategies that we can use to get you through and to organize you better on that one. And that age group will be in another broadcast. For today, we're going to do age 2 years old and up because it's simpler to get things going once you start. If you're working at home and you start doing these systems and this strategy, I love this strategy because it incorporates your time and also incorporates learning and education for your children. This is the part I really, really like, and I was really grateful for this one because the simple step is your kids have a little work table or a little work desk or something like that at home that they use. Maybe it's a tea party table, whatever you have, and you have a desk or a workspace at home. Set up your child's workspace. Give them their little table, even buy a new table if you have to, and their chair. And you can get the children's computers that have different programs on them, like ABCs and different game learning, like match the colors or, follow the animals or whatever you want your child is into. I like to use the learning games and the colors because the numbers, because it just engrosses them in learning. And also, by setting up a table beside you, you are not only in the same office, but you're both occupied and working. And explain to the child, okay, this is mommy or daddy's workspace, this is yours, and we're going to get some work done. And work in small increments. Like as you start this process, work for like an hour or so. In between that time, you're going to have questions come at you. You're going to have them talking to you more. But and as you go, as they get more incorporated with their computer and their games and whatever you have playing for them, they're going to get more in tune to working on that. It takes a little bit to get there, but as you do, they're growing independence. You're growing a little bit of freedom by being with your child right there beside you, occupied and working while you're working. I get so much done when I can incorporate my time with my child's time or my grandchild's time. So simple because I incorporate them and they're working and they're occupied. Granted, they ask a lot of questions. Great. So it takes you a little extra time to answer a few questions. This time you have is priceless. Not to mention the income you're going to grow, and not to mention what you're going to grow for the children. When you are setting this atmosphere up for your child, you're giving them the entrepreneurial skill of managing their time. Granted, you're going to take breaks, and you'll take more breaks for, say, if your child is smaller, because they're going to have questions. They're going to get excited about something, or they need to get a drink or whatever. Granted, you still have that time, and your child does not feel neglected. Your child does not feel left aside, and you're not neglecting your child because your child is right there with you. You're available for them, and they're right there. You answer the questions. You can, even if you stop and play with them for a minute or two, you're not stopping your work. So as you grow, and as your child is growing, you're going to find that this is amazing. This is going to be a trait that is going to stay with your child for the rest of their lives. Not only are they going to learn study skills early, they're going to learn how to work things out, and they in the comfort of their home. They're going to learn how to solve a problem. You're right there. You're working on your problem. You're working on your business. Maybe you're building a course. You're building a funnel. Whatever you're building, whatever you're doing, definitely incorporate that in your daily routine. Show your child what you're doing. This is what mommy or daddy's doing today. I'm going to be building a course, and this is what we're putting together. And you're going to be working on and pick a program for them that they want to get into. Now, if your child's older than 2 or 3, and you've worked that with them for this, a year or so, then you're going to graduate to the next steps, which is a new program, maybe a new computer that's going to educate them more. The more you grow your child, the more educated they're going to be. Numbers, adding, subtracting, ABCs, reading, all these different programs you can get that are going to constantly grow your child. You could also have them start doing like a color scheme on the program. There's programs out there where the kids can draw or they can color in. Teach them how to do that. Teach them how to draw out like in Canva, what you would do to go to Canva with the templates and make a thumbnail or make a header or something like that. Your child can do that also. You can also find that you are balancing your time between home and family and work better. And things will flow easier because you're going to get more done. You're not going to be stressed trying to get time to do your work or wait until the child take a nap or wait until they go to bed and then you stay up forever all night. Just trying to get some work done, get some things done. This way, you're an entrepreneur, you're working at home, you're working during the day. Your child is working beside you at their desk in your office with you, so you are sharing that space. Give them a little light. Set everything up for them. Make them feel important. And not only are you helping your child be educated, but you are building life skills that will last a lifetime. When you can build these life skills, when they know they can accomplish anything they set out to do, because you're right there teaching them along the way. And don't you think that that is going to make them smarter when they do get to class, when they do go to school? And say, okay, you've gone through the first 5 years, right? Your child's acclimated to work, sitting down, working, being diligent. They've learned skills from you on how to work, get the problem done, get the system done. Hold on just a second. I got a glitch in the system. So you've given them those skills that, like I said, are going to last a lifetime. So, whatever you're doing, even if it's housework, okay? Child, even if they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, incorporate the housework with your children. Whatever their stage is, however old they are, give them a chore that is for their age group. Like they could help you do the laundry. Why not? They may not fold the clothes real great, but that's okay. Have them help you. Give them a pair of pants to fold, a shirt, or whatever. Have them help you fold the laundry. Have them help you, put it in. Hand it to you and you put it in. Simple task. Keeps them engaged. You take the time also to play with them. It was something that they want. Play house with them. Play tea party. Play trucks or cars or whatever it is. Be sure you balance that time out in your day. And I like to segment my day into different things. So much time would be for the children, like you're going to play a game with them, or you're going to do something like that. You're going to, have days for you're going to do your housework if you don't have an assistant or a Mary maid come in to help you, and you have to do it yourself. Then definitely get the children in tune with that. Have them help you with that. Have them help you dust. They're small enough or they're big enough, they can take a dust rag or a Swiffer around. Why not let them help you do that while you're doing something else along that same line of tidying up? The more you do with your kids, the more they're going to become in tune to how to organize, how to prioritize, and then you will not have to feel guilty. You will have a work-free guilt day, right? That's what it's all about, because I know as parents, we tend to feel guilty if we don't spend the time we need with our family. And then we feel guilty that we don't have the time of the work done that we need to get done. And we feel guilty that things aren't going right. And as your kids go back to school and are in school, and they're in school all day, that kind of changes things up a lot for you. Because then you have your whole day free to do your work. And then when the kids get home, you have already worked your whole day. You can help them with their homework, which is also in tune with study skills, dinner, and the whole routine, whatever your routine is. But this gives you guilt-free work days where you have the time to get everything done because you've prioritized it, you've organized it, and you've put it out there. And the more energy of we've got this, we're doing this, we're connected, and the more time you spend with your kids playing and learning and growing, the more you're going to find that they have learned so much from you. So many skills and so much to do. Think about that for a second. It is possible to have a guilt-free workday, and it makes you feel good. Not just that, you're spending time with your kids, you're learning, they're learning. Some days aren't going to go great. Some days are going to be upside down, and that's okay. That is a learning experience. But the positive energy and the good energy you put out there every day as you're doing this simple strategy of working with your kids, teaching, growing, learning, that's going to be good energy that is going to fill your home. It's going to fill their lives. It's going to make them more prosperous and more productive. You want to build entrepreneurs today? Start when they're young. 2, 3, 4 years old, good time to start. Okay? Again, a guilt-free workday is right here for you and me. And I really wish you all the best because you know what? It is okay. I'm trying to put this in here. It's okay to have a guilt-free workday. It is.